Are you frustrated in trying to find sheet music of your favorite artists or your favorite songs to play on the saxophone? And even when you do, it's so expensive you cannot afford it or it's beyond your pay grade? Well, in this video, I'll show you how you can easily solve that problem. By the way, this video is sponsored by the lovely people at TomPlay. Hello, saxo friend, Kadrian here, the Sax Habit Coach. The truth is, as a developing saxophonist, you ought to cultivate the habit of adding new music to your repertoire on a consistent basis. But you have a choice. You can choose not to do so, or you can choose to do so. I'm encouraging you to choose the latter. Now, the consequence is that if you choose not to do so, then you will stagnate your growth and you will be regurgitating those old songs that you've been playing for the last 2 or 3 years. On the other hand, if you choose to add new music to your repertoire, you will be a more versatile musician, so that if you get called for a gig at a church, then you have music that is of the religious nature, or to a wedding. Not everybody wants jazz. You can play some pop or R&B. And what better way to add new music, practicing one new song every month or one new song every other month, which leads to about 25 to 50 new songs or new pieces over the period of a year, than to use an app that will allow you to do that. And so this interactive sheet music app by TomPlay has a catalog of over 40,000 pieces of sheet music that spans 26 different instruments. Now, I'm not going to talk about the 26 different instruments right here to bore you. I'm only talking about the saxophone, since that is what we play. However, if you are doubling or learning to play another instrument, then this is one of the best apps that you can choose to accomplish such a goal. So what devices can you use this app on? You can use it on your iPhone, you can use it on your Android devices, you can use it on your iPad, you can use it on your tablet, you can use it on your PC, and you can use it on your Mac like I am using right now. And what are you interested in? Are you interested in jazz? Well, there is some Coltrane, you have Louis Armstrong, there is Frank Sinatra, and the list goes on. What about pop? Well, there's Adele, there's Beyonce, there's Ed Sheeran, there's John Legend, and the list goes on. And what about reggae, my favorite genre? Well, there is Bob Marley, UB40, and the list continues. Now, as it relates to searchability, it's easy to find what you're looking for using the TomPlay app. And so when you get on here, all you have to do to search the catalog is go to your specific instrument. In our case, our instrument is a woodwind instrument, and that is the saxophone, and you begin your search for whatever you're looking for to play. And then let's say I'm looking for a piece of jazz music, and I'll type in Blue Train by Train. Boom, there we have it. Coltrane's music right there, a list of it. Now, if you don't know the name of the music that you're looking for, it's also easy to find it by the composer. Let's say we just pick one of these names that are listed here. And so we choose Adele in the process. Here goes a list of all the songs that Adele has here, the sheet music that you can practice, and then you can choose whichever instrument you are playing on, your alto, your tenor, soprano, or baritone. But let's say we're not going by composer, but we want to go by style or genre. Then we can jump over here and we can search. If you want a piece of classical music, you want Christmas music, you want jazz, you want Christian and worship, reggae, of course, right? And then it goes even further. You can choose the music according to your level of expertise. So if you're a beginner, you want something very easy, or easy to intermediate, or intermediate to advanced, upper advanced, progressive, and so on. And then you choose your accompaniment. Do you want a solo piece? Do you want to be accompanied by an actual orchestra or a saxophone duet, or just the saxophone and the piano? We have it all here. Okay, saxo friend, the ease of access and utilization of this app in my experience is phenomenal. As you can see, the interface is very clean, very straightforward, very simple. It doesn't take rocket science to figure it out. By the way, any app or software that you're using to aid you as you become a better musician should not make your life more difficult. Using this piece by Simon & Garfunkel, you can choose your accompaniment. So you can choose to practice along with a recorded saxophone and the piano. In other cases, it's a backing track. By the way, if you choose to practice along with the recorded saxophone, you're in the right place because all the pieces in here were recorded by professional musicians. Hence, you can copy their inflections, their articulation, and so on. Or you can choose to practice with the piano only or the saxophone only or no accompaniment at all. Then you have the opportunity to slow things down and speed things up. By the way, when you slow things down, you're able to think and you're able to play without making a ton of mistakes. And we can reset that to its original tempo. We have our play button, then we can record ourselves. By the way, you should record yourself so that at the end of your practice, you can stand outside yourself and listen to what you have played and to critically analyze what you are playing. Because while you're practicing and listening to yourself, you cannot truly hear how you sound. But putting it on record, then you can critically analyze what you are practicing, what you are playing. Then you have the visuals. I really like this about this app, where if you're an absolute beginner or a beginner and you're not yet aware or up to speed with all the fingerings on your horn, you can play along and look at the fingering chart down here of the saxophone while the piece is being played. So let's take a look at that quickly. Isn't that awesome? All right, the next thing I like is that you have a tuning fork. And in every band rehearsal, every practice session, whether you are with other musicians or by yourself, you should always tune your horn. And so we usually tune to the note A. And for alto players and bari players, we will play the note F sharp to be in tune. Tenors and sopranos, you would play the note B. I like to think of this app as a one-stop shop app. I like that, a one-stop shop app. Okay, the next thing that you can do is to loop songs. So let's say I want to learn these 4 bars here. I can just take these handles, or I want to learn the first 5 bars, or I want to learn from here, or I want to learn from here, and I can just switch them around to loop the parts that I am interested in learning without making a ton of mistakes. Then you have the opportunity to annotate your score, and you can choose all sorts of symbols. So if you want to choose dynamic symbols, you want to add them in, or you want to add in some solfege or sharps or flats or natural signs, it's endless when it comes to the possibilities that you have here. Or let's say, for example, in bar 7, this is a natural B that I'm to play here, but every time I reach bar 7, I'm tripping myself up. Then I could make a squiggly circle or line around that so that I remind myself that that B should be played as a natural B and not as a B flat in the case of this piece of music that we have here. So that is a great function. And then finally, we also have a metronome. Come on, guys. You should and you must practice with a metronome all the time. If it's not a metronome, then you need to practice with a backing track, and TomPlay has made it available that you have the option of both backing track, and you also have a metronome to practice with. Right now, TomPlay has a 14-day free trial that you can take advantage of by using this app. You can use the link in the description below. You can go test drive this app for the next 14 days as you add it as part of your practice routine, and everything is there. So no distractions, no ads, no nothing to distract you. Your metronome is there. You can slow things down. You can speed things up. You can record yourself. You can loop. An awesome app it is. As always, Saxo Friend, push, play until something happens. Peace.